Tonight's episode of the 31st Lap Podcast is brought to you by DirtTrackDigest.com. If it's on dirt, it's on Dirt Track Digest.
This is the 31st Lap Podcast, recorded live in the studios of FingerLakes1.com in downtown Seneca Falls. And now, your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 31st Lap. This is Chris Marquardt, Mike Mallett joining me on the Skype hotline. Mike, man, welcome once again. Thanks for joining us here via the Skype hotline on the 31st Lap. Good show tonight. Ready to go with Matt DeLorenzo here in about 15 minutes. But before that, we'll get in a little bit of what was going on over the weekend. BlackRock with their opener. Chilly night, but the Doctor coming away with a win in that. And shortly thereafter, we got the announcement that the Doctor is going to be following the Short Track Super National Series with the Generali car.
Yeah, no surprise there. A lot of money on the line there for the Doctor, and of course that was his goal this year, to race for money. So wherever there's money, he's going to be. I mean, if you look at his weekend schedule, I believe it's at Ransomville, or the Saturday night. Say it might have been Canandaigua and then Cornwall, but I'll have to double check that. But yeah, the Doctors had a good weekend. You know, no doubt about that. You know, you mentioned. Hold on a second, I got it right here.
He's also,
as always, let me do my research as we do the show.
But
I had it in front of me just a minute ago too.
Yeah, I understand that.
Ransomville. Oh,
here we go.
Okay, 5 Mile Point on Saturday, and then Cornwall on Sunday. My apologies, 5 Mile Point.
And he's already got.
And that's close to Chris's home base there. So he's already got 2 wins there to win a BlackRock. So it's been a pretty good start to the season.
And he performed pretty well in the early season races too.
Yeah, he's been good here, strong. I mean, he finished third on Saturday at Fonda Speedway in the High Bank holdup. Started 27th and got the third, and might even had second if there was a few more laps in that race. But he's been on fire. I mean, it has been pretty impressive. It seems like every race I've gone to on a short track this year so far, I've had to talk to Danny Johnson. So he's had a pretty good start. I mean, he hasn't been as good at Utica Rome as of yet. Wasn't bad Sunday. Just had a little problem midway through the race. Got over the bank, went down the hill, came back up through, and still ended up in the top 10. So considering he fell almost back, I think he fell back like 17th or 18th. So he had a pretty good rebound there too. So.
Carved his way up through.
Yep. So, and then of course, you know, the Short Track Super Series, a lot of money there on the line. I mean, it's a $10,000 championship. You know, that you're going for there, even more money. I believe it's even more than that now. But you know, to go after that, you don't need home track points. You only got to run 7 or 8 races, so it's not a difficult series to follow.
No, makes it easy, and they usually finish their season in the year that they start.
Yeah, Danny's been, you know, since him and Chris Generali got together, he's been pretty potent. They've had a pretty good combination. You know, I mean, the Doctor's like, you know, there's a few guys out there that can drive anything, and he's one of them. You know, and now he's got really good equipment, so that makes it even better for him.
Didn't he win a Golden Isles too?
Yes, he did. Yeah, back in early season.
Yeah, back before they got down to Florida.
Yes. Yep. That was the first modified race of the year, and yeah, he won that race too as well. So yeah, he's had a good start. I mean, he's been right there pretty much every big race. You know, he's been in the top, you know, top 5, whichever. I mean, he was in the top 5 in Middletown. All right, looking at the Short Track Super Series points, if they get all 8 events in, it's $15,000 to win the championship this year.
Yeah, not bad money.
Yeah, that's not a bad payday if you can get that done. So, and that race, next race for that series coming up next Tuesday on May the 5th at Big Diamond, the Anthracite Assault. So,
interesting. That's the second running of the Anthracite Assault, but it has been since like 2008, I think.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Since they've had
a long time. Yeah, I mean, Brett ran it the first time when he was just, if I recall, just starting to promote races. It was one of his first ones. So this one will be, let's see. I don't know if I can find the actual, the last time he ran this race, but it's been a while. I know that. I believe I went to the last one.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a while ago. And I'd say I remember, but I can't remember what happened yesterday, let alone then. So.
Yeah.
You know,
that kind of stuff.
How it goes.
Matt Shepard winning again over at Utica.
Matt has looked strong at Utica Rome. If it wasn't for, I stepped on my on the last lap of the other Twin 20 feature, he would probably have 2 wins and a second or a third. He just had a little mishap where he got into a Uke tire on the bottom of the racetrack in the second Twin 20 there last week, and well, that caused him to spin around, and yeah, that was that. So yeah, tough break for Shepard there with that deal, but he has looked good, to say the least.
Weather certainly a factor last weekend, where we saw just event after event was KO'd by weather-related issues. BlackRock with Danny Johnson winning that race, able to get their event in despite the chilly weather. Ran late, but they still got the show in. Friday night at the High Bank holdup, that was canceled. The ESS card for the whole weekend was wiped out.
Yeah, we're 0 for 3, so not a good start for us.
Can-Am and Mohawk were both knocked off the schedule due to weather, but action at Fonda still took place on Saturday, and Canandaigua, they were washed out. Fulton, as we alluded to, Billy Decker coming away with a 100-lap win in the High Bank holdup main event portion, and Utica Rome able to get their action in on Sunday as well. Matt Shepard winning there. This weekend, however, completely different story. The weather looking much, much better, and I can't really foresee anybody that was planning action isn't going to have it. It's going to be a really, really nice weekend.
Yeah, it looks the weather looks good. I mean, mid-60s every day, which, considering how the winter went, that feels like 100 degrees at this point. But yeah, it should be good. I know I'll be going to the Brewerton Speedway tomorrow night. I was over there for practice Tuesday. Track looked good. Yeah. You know, they had about 40 cars or so, 35, 40 cars take some practice on it, and looked really good. Looked ready to go. So I had a fun time. Got to stand on a flag stand with Dave Farney. Got to take some pictures from up there, and then yeah, I got to do some flagging. That was fun.
Was that the best part of your practice night?
No, it was fun. You know, I like it's fun to do something different. You know, Dave's like, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. You know, it's fun. I'm no Dave Farney because I'm not twirling the flags. I'll make fun of him when he does it, but I won't do it.
Did they make a big to-do about you going up there?
Huh?
Did they make a big to-do about you going up on the flag stand?
Nah, they don't care. It was practice night, man. It was me and 7 of my friends, you know. I mean, it was free to the public to come in and watch, so.
Oswego's got a practice session coming up.
You know, it was fun. Again, I think this weekend, right? The 2nd. And they race on the 9th. I believe the opener is the 9th.
Right. That's right. Yep.
So.
The new voice of the Evans Mills Speedway, I heard?
No. I know, you know, to help them out, they are looking for an announcer. If anyone knows anyone looking for a position. I've been trying to find. I got a lot of friends up there, but I haven't been able to find it. I know they're looking for help. I was asked, Bertie Lucas, the tech guy at Utica Rome, asked me a couple weeks ago if I knew anyone, and I said I got a couple people, and you know, I sent some message, whatever, and you know, one person I know got back to me and said they couldn't do it, but you know, I'll keep trying. I know they're looking, so we'll see what we can do to help them out.
Sure. We got to get into a little bit later on the T-shirts that Brian Picorni has made. Have you seen pictures of those yet?
Yeah, I heard about this. I heard, and I read it on our Facebook page. Well, in the chat, anyways.
Yes, it's pretty cool. He shared that stuff with us, and we're gonna get to that here a little bit later on after we chat with Matt DeLorenzo. You're talking about maybe swinging down to Woodhull on Saturday too. We talked about that briefly.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going yet. You know, I've you know.
Do you even have to call ahead to tracks anymore, or do you just show up on the doorstep?
There's a few that I do, but most places I either am on the list for the year or whatever that when I show up I'm fine, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, like Brewerton and Fulton, I'm on the list all year, so I can just go there whenever I need to. I mean, I live literally a mile from Brewerton, so
right,
and 15 minutes away from Fulton, maybe 20. So, you know, those places I can go without an issue. You know, there's a couple other places I just say, hey, I'm on my way, and you know, like Thunder Mountain or you know, Southern Tier tracks usually pretty good, and so it's nice. You know, you do enough around in the sport, you get a little recognition for it. You know, a little courtesy, anyways.
You got to sit inside of BlackRock.
Yeah, thankfully it was cold. It was cold. I did feel bad for people sitting outside because it was cold. You know, I give them credit for having the show. It was, man, was it miserable cold.
But modified turnout was strong.
Yeah, they had a good night. It just they didn't have a good night. You know, I'm not going to berate them any more than it's already happened. You know, they came on, their PR person came on and answered the questions, you know, that people had. And it's just they ran a late show, and with it being cold, you know how that gets. You know, I mean, race fans, we love to get to the races, but as soon as we get to the races,
Can't wait to go.
we can't wait to go home. We want to see the racing. We want to get as much in, cram it in 3 hours, and get us home. That seems to be the formula that works for us. So, unfortunately, they start a little late, and then it just took them some time to get going. And again, I'll give them a pass. It's new promoters first night. But they obviously have some things they need to work on. But again, that all comes with experience and learning the ropes.
It's one of the things that Matt's been under a little bit of fire for.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of the same thing, running late. And then they've been dealing with a rough track. I know that. And I know anybody that grew up going to the Fonda, that early in the spring it has a tendency to always be a rough track. And, that's difficult. I know they're working on it, and we'll see what Matty has to say about it tonight. He's got some people, again, just, asking some questions, etc. So, I understand it. And, people, again, race fans are fickle people. We're all fickle. We all want what we want, and I've been guilty of it in the past. The same thing, kind of, you get riled up or you get upset about something and you don't want to let it go or it's a major issue.
Cart before the horsery.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to the race. We've been to the races enough. It's tough when, at least in my position, I've done enough in racing. Like I ran a racetrack. I was the race director, etc. I work at Utica Rome, where I think we run one of the best shows going. Not to brag, but John Tiff and those guys, they do a great job of keeping stuff moving.
Right.
And when you see how things should be done, if you see something that's not being done the way it should be, you get frustrated, I guess you could say.
Sure.
And that's me, and I'm sure, race fans are the same way. You see something that you think should be done better or want done differently. And if it's not, it gets frustrating, and everybody gripes about the internet and this and that. But at the end of the day, you're going to complain on Dirt Track Digest or, at least we offer criticism. Usually that's constructive. I'll give our folks that. Or you go on Facebook and you bash the place and then, all your buddies do the same thing,
Right.
I'm not saying any of it's right, but at the end of the day, that's the world we live in. Everybody complains about everything, whether it's racing or fuel price or whatever. You know what I mean? You read through a Facebook post and how many people are, on there bitching about something.
You want to know who was the best at this? And I mean this in a very constructive way.
Who's that?
Tom Ames.
Yeah, he used to be very good at being, like, if there was an issue, he would be very good at coming back around to it.
He would be fair. He would offer both sides. He would
and
advocate.
That's awesome. All you can ask. I mean, I give credit, to guys like Brett Deo and the BlackRock PR person for coming on the forum. And if you make a mistake, just admit to it and say, hey, I screwed up. That's usually what, that's it. And fans want to know that you care and that you're trying to make a difference,
right.
And that's all you can really ask for, because we all know nobody's perfect. At the end of the day, even the best racetracks that do everything right every week make mistakes.
Nobody's perfect, because if somebody were perfect, Mike, you'd be a New York State darts champion.
Yeah. That's nothing to do with being perfect, I can tell you that. I don't know, man.
7:28. Should we get Maddie on the phone?
Yeah, go ahead, give him a call.
Rocky Warner looked good this weekend again too.
Every weekend, Rocky Warner looks good. I mean, he even won the other day. He won Tuesday night at 5 Mile Point. So he has looked very good, very good. But that's that's Rocky. And, put Rocky in a really good car, and he's going to be tough to beat. And that's what he's got right now. So. So I know.
We got Matt DeLorenzo on the DTD hotline. Hey, Matt.
What's going on?
Well, we're just enjoying some good weather finally, and looking forward to a busy weekend. There's racing scheduled all over the place, and I'm sure that you're looking forward to a rain-free endeavor on Saturday, just like everybody else is.
Yeah, in a week where you don't have to wear a winter hat and Carhartts.
That might be a first this season for you, huh?
It is. I was just telling the Pepsi delivery guy today. It's the first week we didn't have to wear a Carhartt.
First week that you had to turn the refrigerator on?
Yeah. It's actually nice.
Yeah. Well, Maddie, we appreciate taking the time out. I know got a busy schedule, so we won't keep you too long here tonight on the 31st lap. But I want to talk a little bit about Fonda Speedway. We know we've chatted with you in the past. Last year, first year promoter, and now into year number 2 of promotion of Fonda Speedway. And so far, how do you think it's going?
It's going pretty good, other than the weather. We had a harsh winter last year and another one this year, which was, I actually think this year was worse than last year. But, like I told everybody, and people don't realize, we had a foot of snow at Fonda and, our opener. And pretty much, so far I've done 3 months worth of work in a couple weeks, and it's, a lot of hours. And, with all the new clay we put down there, I put 2,500 yards of new clay and trying to get all that worked in. And it's been a lot of hours, a lot of diesel fuel, and, trying to get a racing surface to come around. And, with Roger Haru helping me, I definitely wouldn't be even close to where I am now. And, I gotta thank him. But, the crowds have been really good. We didn't have the crowd last weekend because of obviously it was so cold out. But the week before, we had a really good opening crowd, and with the King of Dirt series taking off, that was really huge. We had 36 pro stocks or 32 pro stocks, I think, and 45 sportsman cars, and it's not something that I wanted to happen. But when we did the schedule in the wintertime, I was afraid that if I got snowed out or rained out the first couple of weeks, with this King of Dirt, Lebanon runs the same night as Fonda, and we needed to get the King of Dirt races in. So it turned out I wanted to start early. When I was thinking about doing it in the middle of the winter, so we started early, just in case I had to run the 2 King of Dirt series with the sportsmen and the pro stocks on the same night, because I knew we would have a lot of cars. And it turns out that's what happened. But we got the show in, and the sportsmen are coming back towards the end of the year, and I think that's really positive for everybody. The sportsman guys, and the pro stocks being a support division, they're real thankful, and it actually puts them in the limelight, which they've never been in before. And working together with Albany, Saratoga, and Lebanon Valley, I think it's it's good for everybody, and it's good for the racers, and all around.
You talk a little bit about the track. How challenging has that been? I know I grew up going to Fonda, and it seems like every year the early in the season can always be difficult, just because of the water table being right there by the river.
Yeah, the big thing is in turn one, it's last year before I took the track over, there was an old concrete pipe. I dug that whole corner up, and there was an old concrete pipe from the old bridge that that was all broken, full of clay and silt. We ripped all that out, and I put under drain and everything in there. And what happens is the sun, the hottest part of the day in the springtime, it's the sun doesn't shine on that part of the track. It gets blocked by the buildings and the fencing. And I was really worried about turn 3, because we got a foot and a half of clay over there, and but with the sun out, and it helped bake the clay, and we dissed it, we tilled it, we ran it in, we've graded it. I mean, Roger's been there a week. He's got a business, but he was there a week with me, and we worked the clay for a week, and anytime you put down a new surface, it takes some time to get run in. But I thought it held up better than I thought. It was rough in turn 1 the first week. This past week it was 75% better. I actually raced last Saturday, and it was definitely drivable. And this was the first week that we actually had sun. Last week it rained all week. We weren't able to do anything with the track, and we still had frost coming out of the ground. And this week here, I was up there today, and it's pretty rock hard, and which is good. And hopefully, we're only going to see better things to come from here on out.
It's got to be tough. Again, you want to put on a good show and have all that, but sometimes Mother Nature just won't cooperate. As you mentioned, out here, I know most of the tracks, they've been smooth, but they still have their rough patches, just simply because the weather has not cooperated. I mean, it's been, we'll say nice quotes, but it hasn't really been that nice of a spring as of yet.
Yeah, no, and it hasn't. And, the low's still been cold, and, we really struggled early on, when I was trying to get ready. Water lines in the fairgrounds are not very far below grade, and, water lines are frozen and broken, and, I was right down the last minute getting health permits. The village has put in a sewer line right through the middle of the pit. The contractor never finished when he said he was going to finish. I ended up finishing it for him, just so I could get haulers in there in our practice session. The main power pole coming into the fairgrounds was rotten right in half, and they had to get National Grid there at the last minute, put a new power pole in. I couldn't do anything in the concession stands. I had no power. Couldn't do anything in the bathrooms. There was no power. You couldn't see. And, it was a lot of hours, a lot of stuff we had to do right at the last minute to get the opener. And, like I said, if I didn't race, everybody would, it's 75 degrees out, or it was 70 degrees out on our opener day. It's like, why aren't you racing? Lebanon Valley's racing, or this place is racing. So, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And our season is so short because of the fair, and we lose a month around Labor Day because of the fair. So, Fonda always opens up early, because of that. And, everybody says, well, why don't you extend your season? Well, you extend your season, everybody else is running bigger races, and, you don't want to compete with other tracks. And, I try to work, together with, as best I can with, other racetracks.
Did the opportunity?
Now, how do you feel now? You're in your second year. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I was just wondering, as Matt alluded that he had the chance to get in the car and race. How did that help you in terms of dialing the track in? I mean, it's a completely different feel. Inside the car, you can kind of relate a little bit to what the drivers are experiencing, kind of relay a little bit more clearly what the track needs. Did it help you in terms of dialing the track in?
The track is actually in really good shape, other than entering turn one. It was definitely drivable the second week. The rest part of the track, I mean, not just because, I'm running the place, but, I thought it was phenomenal. It was everywhere else is good except that turn one, which, it's, I think with the warm weather we finally got, it's just, all we need was, 60 degrees and sun to help, help dry out that clay. I mean, even in the grassy areas the first couple weeks, it was just water running on the infield. You could just see the moisture coming right out of the ground. They actually had like 5 feet of frost in the ground.
Whoa, it's not good.
No, I mean, I can tell you that's true because the contractor that was putting the sewer line through the pit area, that's what he was digging through.
Mm-hmm. What do Fonda fans have to look forward to here coming up at Fonda Speedway?
For this weekend?
Yeah, and then talk a little bit about anything else you got coming up.
Well, we got a regular show.
Will be there, a little less than a month.
Modified sportsmen and pro stocks. I'm really, really happy with our pro stock field. We're running 26 cars, 27 cars strong every week, and they put on one of the best shows. Last week it was Pete Broderson passed Walt Brownell right on the last corner. Bobby Varon won the modifieds, and Chris Schaefer won the sportsman, passing Mark Mortensen. So all the racing was really good. Even the even in the heat races was a good show. But the pro stocks, they always put on an awesome show. But this weekend, we're going to run I'm running an elimination race for the pro stocks. It's actually the pro stocks, the sportsman, and the modified. Throughout the year, twice, each class is going to run an elimination. So we're going to take the top 2 out of each heat race. As soon as the heat race is over, the top 2 goes across the scales, and they're going to stay on the infield. And then the slowest lap time guy is going to race the next slowest guy. So we're just going to take the top 6 and just run a one-on-one elimination race. We did it last year, and the fans really enjoyed it, and trying to get some interaction with the fans. And so we'll do that twice throughout the year for the pro stocks, and then the next on deck is going to be the sportsman, and then they're going to get points for 1st through 6th for each time. And then at the end of the year, we're going to take the top 2 out of each class. And if there could be, multiple cars that are tied in points, and whoever has the fastest lap times, those are the 2 that are going to go on to the final, which is going to be a tire change, which we're going to do towards the end of the year on the front straightaway. So you'll have 2 pro stocks, 2 modifieds, and 2 sportsmen doing a live tire change on the front straightaway. Try to get some fan interaction. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to pay the elimination each time they do it, the classes. And then at the end of the season, whoever the winner is, it's going to be either a pro stock car, it's going to be a sportsman car, or modified. First place is going to get a set of Hoosier tires, and second place is going to get 10 gallons of VP racing fuel. And we're still working on some other contingency stuff, but it's going to give a chance for the those guys to compete against, like a pro stock, compete against a pro sportsman or a modified, and also have the fans interaction, let them see something different, not just seeing a regular race every week, and they'll be able to see that on the front straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to start. That'll start this weekend just with the pro stocks.
I like that elimination race. That sounds cool.
Yeah, they're a good time. Matty, what if I had a chance to do a little interview with you over the winter time, where we talked about, your first year promoting and all that and learning the ropes and all that. Now as you're into that second year, what did you learn last year that you've already been able to use this year and be like, I'm so glad I know this, this was like the biggest thing that I could use from the year before?
The food concessions is one thing. I ran a fair restaurant last year. I mean, that was a big burden. I'm not doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We really paid attention. I did a lot of thousands and thousands of dollars of improvements at the place, and they really concentrated on the fan side, just to trying to clean things up and clean the bathrooms up and make it presentable and try to get the kids there.
Mm-hmm.
If the bathrooms aren't clean, the moms aren't going to come, and if the moms aren't coming, the kids aren't coming. And nowadays, all the kids are on their iPhones, iPads, social media, and I'm trying to get to them before they get to that age. I mean, I have a 5 and a 7-year-old, and they're on an iPhone, iPad. And we started a kids club, and I'm trying to get the kids there involved. And I think if you get them to the races and they hear the noise and the sound, and they see they'll find a favorite driver. And with the kids club, we're doing giveaways, and you come 3 or 4 times, you get a free pass to come in. And we have local businesses that are, helping out, with the kids club with some giveaways or tickets to the movies or whatever have you. So I'm trying to get the kids involved as young as I can, because there's so many more things to do nowadays, and with social media, nobody has any patience anymore, and it's just if I can get to them before they get to there. I'm not saying I'm going to, but we've had our biggest kid count on our opening day. Was the largest we've had, I think all last year. And we've had, I think we had over 100 kids sign up for the kids club. And we had I think we had another 30 last week. So I think I'm hoping with the kids club, it's going to, really help. And and then, also with the track surface, we're, everybody always says Fonda needs a surface. Fonda needs a surface. Well, when Roger came towards the end of last year, he basically turned everything around for me. The hole in turn 1 that everybody talked about, when Roger came, the hole was gone. And, he came to me and said, what you got here is not bad. You really need clay. So, I brought in all that clay, and now it's just getting it worked in. And, I think, we've got a handle on it other than, turn 1, but we just, there's not much you can do if you don't have cooperation from Mother Nature.
Sure.
And I know one thing I thought was pretty neat that you guys are doing is I saw, George Smith put up some photos of you had some drivers drive some buses and had the kids on some buses a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when, I'm trying to, when we have some downtime, we have to work on the racetrack. I mean, the track was rough the last couple weeks, and, to help ease the pain of waiting, we put Larry White in one and Nick Stone in the other, and those guys had a ball. We loaded the school buses up like 3 times and ran the kids around the track while we were addressing the bad spots. These guys put a lot of money into race cars, and, if there's not race cars out there, we don't have racing. So, I'm looking on my side of it because I'm a race car driver and a car owner, and I know how much it costs. So try to keep it as safe as I can and try to keep it so these guys don't destroy their equipment. And, to help kill the time, we threw kids on the school bus, and, we started that last year, and, the kids love it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of positives about that. My parents go to that, and they went to Fonda, I believe it was opening night, and they were talking about that, and the kids around them really enjoyed it. So that's definitely a cool deal. You definitely got to get the kids involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Matty, I know you got a busy schedule tonight. Just want to give you a chance. You mentioned social media, all that, and websites. If you want to go ahead and give a plug to all those, then we'll let you go.
Yeah, it's FondaSpeedway.com, and we have our fan page. We get a lot of messages from people that have concerns or, have ideas, especially with we have a Jack Johnson tribute race coming up, and so far that's turned out to be huge. Just today, I've been dealing with NBC, and, everybody knows Sawyer Fredericks, a local kid that's on The Voice. He's going to be coming to Fonda Speedway next Wednesday to sing the national anthem and do some songs. So that's, I've been working with them and logistics, and there's going to be a parade and some race cars and all that stuff next Wednesday. So I think that's all positive stuff. It's all great stuff for the village and for Fonda Speedway.
Very cool. Hey, I want to ask you one more thing. We had a question come in the chat room. We have a live chat room running here. Someone asking about your infield tailgate night that's on the schedule for the 6/18 World of Outlaw show, and is that the only night? What is it, and is that the only night? And then we'll let you go.
Yeah, right now that is the only night. Depending on how big the Jack Johnson night is, we may do the infield tailgate. When I did it before, it kind of got out of hand, and everybody wants to see the race cars on the infield. And then, they want to see the haulers on the infield. But then when I did the infield tailgating, everybody was mad because it blocked the back straightaway. So we tried to hold the infield tailgating down towards turn 2. And, it's kind of like going to be on a first-come, first-served basis. I think putting all the new clay in, we actually raised the back straightaway going into turn 3 like 1.5 feet. So actually the racing surface is a lot higher. But now that is the only, event on the schedule. And, like Jack Johnson night or the Super Dirt Car Series race at the end of the year, we may do it for that. But we'll see what the crowd is on Jack Johnson night, and we think it's going to be huge. If it turns out it's going to be that way, then we'll add one more tailgate night.
All right, Matt. Well, hey, man, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it, and best of luck to you this Saturday night.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yep. Bye.
There you go.
Bye.
Matt DeLorenzo. Good talk with Matt tonight. He's always
Yeah,
fun
I
to
mean,
talk.
people were asking questions about things on Dirt Track Digest, so we wanted to give Matty a chance to, discuss it a little bit. I think that's only fair. And I think he answered it. He mentioned the turn 1 thing, and they're working on it. Roger Hru, Chris, you asked me, where have you heard the name before? Roger Hru used to do Utica Rome Speedway.
That's right.
Back in the day. Now Dan Harpel does it, but he did it before Dan.
Roger
always had a
Mike is
good racing surface. I mean, and when he took over at Fonda, nothing against the other guys that were doing it. But yeah, you got me or no? Did you lose me?
I got you still.
Hello?
Little by little.
Oh,
You're
okay.
Still here.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like
my
watching.
internet sucks.
It's kind of like watching. It's like watching a flipbook version of Mike Mallet.
Yeah, I see my camera flashing every once in a while, so
Yeah.
that's got to be you're losing me. But yeah, Roger did Utica, and always had a good surface, at Utica Rome, and then again Dan Harpel took over, and he's got the surface this year at Utica pretty good too. But Roger took over about 3/4 of the way through the year last year and really helped Matty get things squared away at Fonda. They'd had some rough track issues and so on, and he really came in and did a good job of smoothing that out and getting things taken care of. So
Right.
I got no doubt that they'll be able to get things, headed in the right direction here pretty soon.
You were obviously busy at Utica Rome last Sunday, but last Sunday was a great day for racing. If you were stuck at the house and didn't get outside at all, between the Cup race being moved to Sunday and the NHRA race being an afternoon program, and then if you caught it quick enough, you could switch over to NBC Sports, and awesome IRL race from the Barber Racing Park down in Alabama. The Graham Rahal put on a heck of a show in the last 12 laps or so, chewing up like 18 seconds and almost tracked down Newgarden for the win. He ended up second place, but it was incredible watching that.
18 seconds he made up
on a road course. Yeah.
That's impressive.
He was flying, and when he passed Scott Dixon with a power move, and when he went by him, he gapped him a ton, like right away. He was taking off like 2 and 3 seconds a lap. It was spectacular to watch. It was really entertaining. I wanted the guy to win, but just to get on the podium with a runner-up showing that he did, it was good for him. Good boost of morale. And then on top of that, Newgarden came away with the win, which was pretty cool to see too.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the RL race. I watched. I got to Utica Rome about 1:45, and I sat in the tower doing my weekly, wins list and all of that, and we actually watched the NASCAR race. Neat to see Kurt Busch win. I mean, does he automatically get into the chase now? Is he eligible? I don't remember if I think he is, right? Even though he had the suspension.
Right. I think that would make him automatically eligible. Did you catch any other conversation about Kyle Busch?
I have not.
They are talking about giving him a pass. and letting him in because of his injuries that were sustained in the
Okay,
opening.
so a free pass in, even though he didn't win a race.
Even though at this point he may not win a race, but they may give him a grandfather clause because it was a safety-related issue that is tied to NASCAR. The injury was sustained in the Xfinity Series event in Daytona, and he broke his leg and his foot, so he can't compete. And basically, they're sort of looking at, given his track record, given the injury, safety thing, they're trying to stand behind it, and you can read between the lines on what exactly all that means. But they're going to stand behind the injury sustained in relation to the safety equipment in the cars, and ergo, they may be giving him a free pass into the chase.
I find that to be horse crap.
Right? Now, that the case, let's look big picture here. Does Denny Hamlin then also potentially, but I think Denny's already got a win, so I guess this isn't the same. But let's say Denny
Yeah,
Hamlin,
I don't know.
Let's say Denny
is this,
Hamlin
like the feel good America. We got to let everybody in.
let's say Denny Hamlin doesn't get a win, and because he had the problems with neck spasms and headaches, does he get a free pass too? I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Like we got Leroy in the chat room, and he said they change rules all the time anyways. What's the difference?
True.
I just find it to be stupid. Like, stop changing it.
Leroy.
NASCAR's like, this is the new system. This is how it is. And then we're like, we'll let you in. We'll let you in. We'll let you in. You know what, Danica, you're losing GoDaddy, so you're not going to have a ride next year. You're in. Like, what? Who else? Why don't we just make everybody eligible for the chase and get rid of the chase?
Because they had that from 1972 to like 2004.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now we're just going back to that. If you have the chase, if you win, you get in. If you don't, you don't. I understand the exception. Okay, listen, he got hurt. So if he wins a race late in the season, as long as his car is in the top 30 in order points, we're going to let him in. Okay, I'm fine with that. Not a problem. He won a race. But don't say, well, we're going to just put him in. He didn't win a race. Sorry, that's the rules. You got to win a race.
Oh, let me see.
How hard is this to figure out?
There it is. All right, so that was I caught a little bit of fallback already. Steven Evans tuning in. He said that he would have to win and finish in the top 30 in owner points, and then they would consider giving him the pass.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's the same
enough.
thing I would agree with. Yeah, I mean it's just stupid. I mean, Kurt Busch won. I'm happy Kurt Busch won because it kind of sticks it to NASCAR. Just because they were so quick to jump the gun on what he did, supposedly did. And then, now they're like, okay, you're in. Like, good. He deserves to be in. He really didn't deserve to be suspended because he didn't get convicted of anything.
On the other hand, how good has Harvick looked?
Harvick's amazing. Ridiculous. As good as Harvick and Kurt Busch look in Tony Stewart cars, Tony Stewart sucks. I do not know what is going on. I can say that because I am a Tony Stewart fan. I like Tony Stewart. Just because of what he gives back to the sport. That has always been my thing with him. He does a lot for a lot of people, and he gives a lot of money back. And, it irritates me. He's just terrible. And, Danica's been getting better. But, what's going to happen with Danica now that she's got, her, coming up here losing the GoDaddy deal? That's huge.
Yeah.
Because that's been her, gravy here for how long?
Years.
And now they're pulling out. What is it? I mean, Danica's getting boring, so they don't cover her on NASCAR as much. So now they don't, they're losing, not getting their bang for their buck like they were the first 3 years.
Or is who knows? I mean, million different things.
From where the drivers where it was located. So somebody threw a water bottle on the track when Denny won. I didn't know that.
I missed that. What now? More details on that.
Leroy said that true story. Denny won after one of the drivers threw their water bottle out on the track. I didn't know that. That's funny. I don't watch enough NASCAR. That's the problem. I only watch when it's convenient, and usually it's not convenient. But
it's terrible.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, then Leroy mentioned what's up with blaming the cars. I don't know why if Tony's blaming the cars. That can't be the cars. I mean, the cars are ridiculous because, I mean, you look every week, Kevin Harvick or Kurt Busch has been in front. I mean, Kevin Harvick, what's his worst finish? He had one bad race.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like a 33-point lead. We looked it up last week. A 33-point lead in the point standings, like legitimate point standings. So 33 points. You think about that. That is a lot in a 1-point system. to have a 33-point edge.
It's a pile.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you it's even more now. I mean, you know what? I'll do my research right now as we're talking about it.
Right. Steven Evans just weighed in, said thanks for the coverage and for the support. Thanking Dirt Track Digest for
Hey, no problem.
coming out and
And tell him
enjoying the track.
tell the Black Rock folks thanks for checking in and sticking up for themselves and saying what they hope to do better.
Well, he's listening.
Yeah, I mean,
he's listening right now. I don't have to tell him.
okay, yeah, okay, there you go. He heard me. All right, he heard me. And we appreciate that. So that's it's big. It's big of racetracks to take the opportunity to talk back to the fans when you make a mistake or when fans think you did something wrong. As we talked earlier, that's a huge deal.
It's sort of the theme of the night,
Yeah, you have to. If you step up and say, "Hey, we're working on it. We're trying to fix it," fans will give you time. Like Maddie coming on tonight and saying, "Hey, we're working on it. I've been there all week. We're trying. That means a lot to fans. And fans will give you that pass, so to speak. I guess I don't know if that's the right word for it or not, but as long as you show that you're making an effort to improve. Because we all know, again, nobody's perfect. But if you make the effort to improve, they're willing to support you and back you. Because race fans, they want to support you. They are, if Rolling Wheels are to come out and say, hey, we screwed all this up, we're racing this date, fans will be back.
They would go.
Because race fans want to support racing. We all want to support racing.
Well, that's where I thought some of that argument about how, now we can't race at all because the fans didn't support it. When that argument came out with Rolling Wheels, I thought that was sort of, that was sort of backhanded, I thought. I don't know.
Well, in 22 days, they have their first race.
Yeah.
Or is it 20 days? I don't remember. I'm kidding. But
it'd be fun. We should show up there with all the live equipment and be like, I thought we were doing a live remote.
I thought there was a live show.
Yeah. Where's the 7?
Yeah.
Where's the 7,000 people?
Yeah. Oh, it sucks. They've just completely disappeared.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, because I love Rolling Wheels, and it's going to suck to see it go away. Leroy's giving me more details on this water bottle thing. Last caution was thrown for a water bottle, one of the ones that the drivers used down by the inside wall. Watched it on the bid screen at the track. Oh, then watched a replay. That's awesome. I thought, what's his name? Kozlowski get in trouble for doing that last year or 2 years ago?
Oh, he dropped something out the window, right?
Yeah, he threw something out the window to get a caution. You gotta love NASCAR guys. They'll do anything. But
it worked.
Hey, yeah. Hey, what's the deal with let's talk a little bit about Save the Moody Mile since we got some time.
Yes, Save the Moody Mile. They've got their why won't this let me into our messages?
Well, let you know our messages.
I am being blocked out of the 31st lap page. How's that work?
I'm on it right now.
Maybe that's why. All right,
no, I'm not in the messages. Now I'm in the messages. Oh, now it says send a message. I don't want to send a message.
Hang on a second. Let me get this up here, and we'll show everybody what this thing looks like and tell you a little bit more about it. It's pretty cool what Brian Pocorni has really taken this under his wing, and gotten deep into it. They're giving away Save the Moody Mile Tradition Matters T-shirts prior to the public hearing on Wednesday. This is to the first 150 race fans that show up. He's going to have details on where everything's going to be set up that are going to appear on SaveTheMoodyMile.com and on the Save Super Dirt Week at the New York State Fairgrounds Facebook page. In addition, people can't attend the hearing. They can submit their comments to fair officials by email. The email address is also on SaveTheMoodyMile.com. What we'll do here, this might be the way to do this. Might be easier to show everybody what the shirt looks like if we just slide this right up on top of Mike's face.
Nobody likes looking at me anyways.
There's a good look at what the shirt's going to look like. And that's going to be printed on it. Save the Moody Mile, Tradition Matters. 44 years of tradition there. We'll get this out of the way for Brian. It's pretty cool. I mean, they're giving these shirts away. That's a nice shirt. You know what I mean? It's a real nice shirt. And yeah, so we're excited to support those guys. Get out there and support them because, as we've said, I don't know how many times, if you don't say anything, you won't be able to say anything. You know what I mean? If you make your voice heard now, then you'll at least have a shot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to be there. It's like people that don't vote. Don't complain when the things turn out the way they are.
Yep.
Or if you didn't vote.
Absolutely.
That's what I always say. But but that's me. Well, you live in a democracy. You have the right to choose to do whatever you want. So, but yeah. So I will do my best. I'm going to try to get over there. I believe that's at the fairgrounds, right? There's information on Save the Moody Mile.
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that's right on Save the Moody Mile. You can find tons of information on there, and that's pretty much all we can do at this point. I mean, we got to try. We got to keep trying.
Yeah. Do you know where the Martha Eddy Room in the Home and Art or the Art and Home Center building is? I don't even know where the Art and Home Center building is. Which one is that?
Look for the one with all the race fans standing outside of it.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
It's gonna the people that I'm not that versed on the names of the buildings at the fairgrounds, other than I've been there and know where two or three of the buildings and what their names are.
Mm-hmm.
I anticipate that there's going to be a large sum of people, and 150 free T-shirts is going to go quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd assume. I'm hoping that we get a big turnout for this.
It wouldn't be.
So that would be good.
So I got a message here from John King. Do you know John King at all?
Yes. Demo Derby guy. He's actually the turn 2 flagger either.
Yes, he is.
You're wrong.
And he wants to know, as many people have asked me, what the deal is with the glasses. And I'll answer them quickly. I've had a problem with the cornea in my right eye. And
you're wearing glasses?
Yes, I am.
We need video coming back this way.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that because you'd be heckling me like crazy.
Need that.
I'm
gonna have to push play. I gotta push play on the YouTube video here so I can see you with glasses
on. You want to see it? Yeah. So anyway, yes, I'm wearing glasses. I've had problems with my right cornea for a couple weeks, and there's a lot of pressure.
I got him.
Yeah.
All right, go back to talking about your cornea.
And there's a lot of pressure building up behind my retina, and we're really not sure why. So they've checked the optic nerve, and it checked out fine. So now they're gonna give it until August and see if wearing the glasses helps and reduce the amount of time I spend in the contact lenses. And if it doesn't, then we go in to look at some of the stuff going on behind the eye and everything like that, to see if we can figure out what exactly is going on. But yes, I am wearing glasses. I've had glasses since I was in high school. I usually just wear contact lenses, and that's why.
It makes you look smart.
Does it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that why you began laughing hysterically as soon as you saw me in them?
Yeah, it makes you look smart. I'm trying to give you a compliment. I don't know why you're being mean to me right now.
It's just that's why. I think it's funny that everybody notices it so fast.
I didn't notice it at all until about 2 seconds ago when I looked you up on the video.
You know
so
how
I normally don't watch the video because my internet can't handle the video and the video.
You don't watch the video back at all, right?
Once in a while.
Because I've wore glasses for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, have you?
And you always tell me, yeah, the show was good. It sounded good.
Yeah, it sounded good.
So
I can't see you.
Okay. I just was making sure that I was on the same path as you. Yeah, John said that I looked distinguished.
Distinguished? Yeah, you're distinguished something.
Distinguished. John Balmas, who I
Yeah.
haven't heard from in weeks.
Sure.
He thought that I looked distinguished.
So now, of course, I froze the video on a picture of myself, which is not what I want to see.
Don't worry, it's been happening all night.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Right.
So
I'm excited about you mentioned that. He's big with Brookfield Wheel Days and the Madison County Fair. John King. We fly out tomorrow.
Oh, you and the demo derby crap. Here we go.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I'm up to. Everybody asks, what we're up to, what we're doing, whatever, and what racetracks are next. Well, I'm going to be at the Freeborn County Fairgrounds in Albert Lee, Minnesota, for Crossroads of Destruction. We'll be live there Friday and Saturday.
Did we talk on the air about the wing behind me tonight or no?
No, because it's a new one. And
yes, I did. I went new wing this week,
and I got hypnotized by the Casey's General Store, and I thought it was cool looking.
I actually went into the garage and did some digging today.
Some manual labor.
Yes, it took 7 minutes, so it was a lot for me.
You were winded and sweating.
This is my preseason pre-Knoxville pick for the winner of the Knoxville Nationals.
Okay.
Now everybody should know who it is based on that. I mean, well, there's a couple of cars that run that, but. This will give it away over here, right there. And you don't know who it is, I don't think, Chris, do you?
The Maxim STC logo, because we didn't see the number. I think it said 21.
You didn't see the number?
We couldn't see the number, no.
There's the number.
Oh, well, here. Let me moderate this, because I have the screen chopped down for you.
Okay.
So There's a little better pick. This is going horribly wrong.
What are you doing over
I
there?
was sliding the frame so that people could see the number because it's not framed up quite the same way as it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
On your output. Anyway, go on.
Oh, I didn't scan all the way.
Don't worry about it. We have gone.
My preseason pick to win. What?
This is your.
This is my preseason pick. Yes, for the Knoxville Nationals. This will be Brian Brown's wing. You got that?
Is Donnie Schatz not running this year? Is that?
Brown got second last year, and he won the 360 Nationals.
Okay.
So I'm really hoping that this is the year.
More to my point.
I need to see somebody else win the freaking race other than one person. Donnie Schatz and Tim Schafer. That's all I've seen. It's time for somebody else.
More to my point. Donnie Schatz isn't racing this year?
Yeah, well, they're starting Donnie Schatz in Ohio. Oh, man. Oh, good question there coming up in the chat room.
What's that?
Someone just asked, is there any talk of someone taking over Selinsgrove, or is it going to be done? That is a good question. Now, if you follow along with the folks at Penn Live, our good friend Jeremy Elliott, who we've had on the show in the past, he wrote a story last week or 2 weeks ago now that current promoter Charlie Page is done at the end of this year. And no one can blame him. I mean, the guy has put his heart and his soul in the Selinsgrove, and it is difficult for them to compete right now with the bigger 410 tracks per se. Port Royal, which is an hour away, and Lincoln Speedway, which is about 2 hours away. They've been, hustling, busting their butts, but he's only getting about 800 to 1,000 people every week. So he's got a $38,000 purse, I believe he said, every week between the 360 sprint cars, the 410 late models, and then his pro stocks. So he admitted that this is it. He's just tired and he needs a break. So I've heard some rumblings of some folks looking at Selinsgrove. I can't say for a fact that it'll be a weekly track or anything like that. That I don't know. But Jeremy Elliott will be following that story. So if you can, stay tuned to the front page of DTD. We'll make sure every time Jeremy gets some news on that, we'll update you and keep you in the loop. Jeremy does an awesome job. If you don't follow Jeremy Elliott on his sprint car stuff, the 410 stuff, he's the guy, Central Pennsylvania. He's got it covered for you. He writes 2-3 columns a week. And this week he talked about how we need a big race like Knoxville in Pennsylvania. I agree. His thought was to run Friday, Saturday at Lincoln Speedway, take Sunday off, run Monday at Port Royal, then take Tuesday off, and then run the National Open at Williams Grove. Now, for me, that's awesome. I'll somehow figure out how to take 5 days off in 1 week for school. I'll get a doctor's note.
There you go.
So, yeah. So, Selinsgrove is a great place. I'm hoping somebody saves it. I love going there. It is an awesome facility. Awesome facility, awesome racing. The place is stupid fast. Just stupid.
Mike
it's incredible. What?
You froze on duck face for a second there, and then the stream picked back up, and then the stream picked back up, and you finished saying stupid fast.
Yeah, it is stupid fast. That's it. I don't know what's up with the internet tonight. Time Warner sucks. I'm so done with Time Warner. I'm trying to watch TV. If I'm going to gripe, I might as well gripe. Trying to watch TV last night. And of course, every channel I want to watch is doing the like my internet's doing right now. Stop and go all night. Want to watch the Yankees on Yes Network? Doesn't come in. Want to watch soccer? Doesn't come in. Then if I flick down one channel, flick up one channel, perfect. Comes in great. The channel I want to watch? Nope.
Not gonna happen for you.
Piss me off.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I was screaming at the television. Not that it's listening, but or it has anything to do with it.
What if it was listening, Mike? What if it was?
Well, I did watch a ghost story today, so that's possible.
Messing with your head.
Oh goodness.
Messing with your head.
Yep. So I don't know. I'm trying to think what other topics we got here we can talk about, and we can go from there. I know, again, we've hit on a lot of stuff here. Again, a lot of places opening this weekend. A lot of races to go. And get out and support your local track this weekend. I know, like I said, I'll be at Brewerton, and then I'm still up in the air about Saturday. I don't know what I'm doing there.
Lots to pick from.
I may those folks. Yeah, I know. And like I said, those folks at Evans Mills need some help, so they don't have an announcer. So I may. I don't know. I like Evans Mills. It's a cool place. I mean, when we have the sprint car race there, it's pretty awesome.
You're thinking about it. It's in your head.
Yeah, it is. I at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody have trouble,
Right.
And I'm a nice guy, and I want people to do well, and I want places to get support and to not have to worry about things. So
You're not a pushover.
no, I'm not a pushover. I just care about racing. That's
There you
it.
go.
But at the end of the day, that's my, one of my major concerns in life. Obviously, it's what 90% of my life revolves around.
True.
So
90%. Is that the teacher?
yeah, I'm not a math teacher though. So
Okay,
that's
fair
probably-
enough. Good point. Good point. I'm with you
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. I mean, I eat, sleep, poop racing at this point. So especially this time of the year,
Yep.
you're just getting back into the swing. Talk to me again at the end of August when I hate my life because I'm so tired.
Right.
But, I'm tired right now.
As you yawn now.
Ugh. Yeah, I know. I don't get it. I've been sleeping more trying to get ready, and the more I sleep, the more tired I get. It makes no sense.
That's not good.
Or maybe it does make sense. I don't know.
Maybe. Interesting.
But
It's an interesting cycle that you're stuck in there.
yeah, it's a crappy one. I got to tell you.
Anything else popping up in the live chat?
No, that was it, and it's pretty good. I mean, what are we about an hour?
Yeah. Yep. Right on for it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, we can put a fork in this one and do it again next week.
Yeah,
We'll check on that internet connection for you.
see what happens.
Yeah, check on that internet connection for you.
Hopefully it gets better. I don't know. I'll have to reset my box next week and see if we can get that taken care of because it sucks.
It'll be all right. Well, I think that'll do it for this edition of the 31st Lap, episode number 156, Mike, if you can believe that. Thanks a lot for Matt DeLorenzo for coming on and joining us. Mike, man, travel safe. Enjoy your trip wherever you may land. Brewerton's opener, of course,
Yeah,
coming
definitely
up on
there.
Friday. Yep, gonna be a good one over there. And if you decide to venture to Woodhull, or if you decide to venture to Evans Mills, there's and of course we can't forget Fonda Speedway. Canandaigua Speedway gonna try and throw open their gates this weekend as well. Get out there, support your local racetracks. Appreciate all the support week in and week out. We're looking forward to catching up with you guys here soon, and we'll see you back here next week.